evening. Keeps up the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here. And tonight I am joined by a special co-host who bullied me into his position, Mr. Matt Woods.
Matt Woods.
Hey, guys.
How you doing tonight, Matt?
You know, Gary, I was so honored whenever you sent out a request for me to help you. And I did not make you do this, by the way, but I was honored. And then whenever I found out who the guests were, oh my gosh, it was a no-brainer. I had to be here.
Well, and that was a no-brainer for me to ask you. I'm like, oh, Master and Madam Blaster. I know they're good friends with Matt Woods. I'm all about making the guests comfortable, and I'm all about any reason I get to hang out with you for an hour. So I was like, I didn't even ask anyone else, Matt. I went to you first, and that was the only stop.
Oh, you are the man, Gary.
And of course, guys, our guest of honor tonight is none other than Master and Madam Blaster. Good evening, guys. How are you this evening?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us on. We're so excited, Gary.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Well, I know you guys got a great collection. I'm really excited to see what you guys are bringing to the table. But before we get there, why don't you guys give a brief explanation of just who you two are and what your YouTube channel is about for anyone that's catching on the rewind.
All right, great. Stephen and Stephanie, but Master Blaster and Madam Blaster. I'm in the Air Force and I'm on the bomb squad. That's what the Master Blaster, that's like an official title, but it translates over into the culture pretty well. And Madam?
Madam, I think Matt Woods gave me the name Madam, right? So you're responsible, Matt.
Matt,
things I'm responsible for.
So during the week, I'm talking about comic books and watching content, and Stephanie got sick of hearing it, and she's like, get on there and I'll join you so we don't have to talk about it every day at home. So once a week.
Why he's brushing his teeth, you know.
Yes, I got to buy this comic. And so now we shoot a video once a week, and it showcases the hobby and Stephanie's perspective as a spouse who has to, and she's getting into the hobby herself. And we like to have fun, banter, have internal competitions. I showcase original art. I have a decent original art collection, and I have some goals that will show themselves as we go through the 10 books.
Plus, as I've seen on other channels, Stephanie is quite the artist herself.
Yes, we met in art class. She's a sculptor, and I quit sculpting and went into the military hardcore because she's such a good artist. I was like, we'll let her do that.
You relented.
I did. She won that competition for sure. So.
Right? Awesome. All right, we're going to say a quick hi to the chat, and then we'll get going here. First of all, being the first one in the door this evening, good evening, Brian. Nice to see you, sir.
Hey, Brian.
Psychedelic Comics, good evening. Another great supporter in the community. We have Trev, the shipping guru. Good evening, Trev. Always nice to see you. Philtastic Comics and more. David over at Main Event Comics. How are you tonight, sir? We have Ignacio here. Good evening, Ignacio. Always nice to see you. So we are starting to fill up. Chop and Drop, good evening. DJ Links, how are you tonight, sir? Jerry the Jitterbug, good evening, buddy. Nice to see you. And we got a lot of chatting going on.
This is an all-star chat you have in here right now.
Rummy Q? Yeah, no, I'm the chump that's just in the background. All right, so we have a kick-in chat already. A lot of fun. You guys look excited. I know you. Oh, and we'll do a quick shout out. Oh, before we see your first book, why don't you guys shout out the last video you made and what it's about, so that people can go check it out.
I'll let that see you.
We dropped a video yesterday, and Thursday is normally when we're gonna drop our weekly videos, and it was. All week we've been excited about this and laying out books and figuring out. We had a pile of rejects. So we showcased the Gary B 1011 reject pile. So right after this, you can go see what didn't make the cut.
I will be.
We had a great time.
There were some heavy hitters I heard in the comments from,
Yes,
and this is rejects.
So this show isn't all about heat and heavy hitting. So that's why some of the stuff didn't make the cut. But if you want to see what, go Go check it out. And we had a little battle of the artists, and we had the what's the punching robot? I'm drawing a blank.
The Rock'em Sock'em
Robot.
Yes. Our intro is Rock'em Sock'em, and it's pretty funny. We had
I saw the thumbnail today, but I didn't get to watch the video yet.
Yeah.
I've had a pretty busy one. Yeah, and I saw you. You were the one getting hit.
Yeah, definitely.
We're so grateful of anyone who wants to spend time with us in their home. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a privilege. So thank you.
Yeah, everyone was posting us on their big screen on Instagram, and we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Including you, Matt Woods.
I was sitting at home. I was running a high fever, and I'm just sitting on YouTube eating chicken noodle soup or whatever it was. Actually, it's beef and vegetable. My wife made it. But I was watching you guys, and you know what? As sick as I was, I could still smile. So if anybody has not watched Master and Madam Blaster on YouTube, you guys need to watch this content because it's one of the most fun channels that you will ever get a chance to see. But I'm going to call foul on you guys. There's a big foul.
Oh,
Mason has an incredible book that so should be out here tonight. But if that book didn't make the cut, holy smokes, I can't wait to see what we have in store today.
I said when Mason's on Gary's B 1011, he can show it off. So
And
got a new guest, Gary.
I'm all about it. You know, send everyone my way. You know me, Matt. I'm surprised anyone wants to be on my channel. I'm always humbled to have anyone on. Like I said, guys, tangents are welcome. This has a structure, but it's also meant to go off the rails. So have fun. If you want to show something extra, pull it out. Give everyone a nice show. Show them the nice books you got, whatever it is. And but without further ado, let's see that number one.
all right.
Ooh.
My number one book was purchased actually by Matt Woods at GarageCon and gifted to me because he knew that this was the first comic book I ever purchased. After seeing Tim Burton's Batman, that's how I went straight to a comic book shop after that. And Batman Death in the Family was really hot at that time. So Batman 427.
Oh, nice.
Is the this was like $20 on the wall. And I had bought, I mean, this might not have been the very first book, but my father had to drive me to the comic book store and it was up there and it was $20. And I'm like, Dad, I want to buy that one. And it was like all my money. And he looked at me and he's like, you want to pay $20 for that comic book? And I was like, yes.
Yes, I do.
The opening of Tim Burton's Batman, where the music and they are flying around the symbol, I mean, I was hooked.
Oh, yeah. That Danny Elfman theme is incredible.
Yeah. And a lot of, as we go through this, movies and TV shows drive me to the comic book. So it's not comic book first in a lot of cases for me.
Right. So you didn't start out with comics. You got hooked through movies and television.
Yes. And that is a theme throughout my life where I'm impacted by movies. And the reason I'm in the military is because of the original Top Gun, frankly.
Oh.
So what year was that? Someone's asking.
What year was
it? Had to be 89. That was when.
89.
Yeah, right. I don't see the date on the book, but yeah, I would say 89.
Yeah.
But and I think, you know, superhero movies were in such a bad place before that one came out. And that one just had such an impact when it hit. Because until then, they were campy pieces of garbage for the most part that they were just churning out because they had a right to a property.
Right. There was a bootleg Punisher that I don't think ever saw the light of day during that time. And it had
the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched that one, the Roger Corman one.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right about when that came out. It was a game changer.
Right. And were you talking about the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
Yes.
I like that one. That one deserves better reviews than it gets.
Was it,
It
ever
wasn't
shown?
bad. It was decent.
Was it ever released, or they?
It was,
Oh,
but it was like a flash in the pan. It was like released and then straight to home video really quick. That's when
Yeah, it was
everything was getting released on VHS, and you could actually go to multiple VHS rental stores and find a copy and rent it.
I didn't think it was bad either. Do you guys remember that it was before my time? But I think that that the people could send in letters and decide if Jason Todd was going to get killed or not, and that determined the outcome of the.
There was a phone number because I read it back then too, and I thought about calling.
Death by popular vote.
Yeah, and he got killed. Spoiler.
Now, what about you, Stephanie? How did you get into comics? Like he gets in through that. Did you get into them through him, or were you always a fan of watching the TV and movies as well?
Well, I would watch Thundercats. I really like Thundercats and stuff like that, and cartoons and everything. But when I met Steven, he was a big fan of comic books, so that's kind of how I got into it. Just from him talking about it every day in the morning, while he's brushing his teeth, and I was just getting sick of it. Like, this has got to go somewhere else. So yeah, I was like, all right, I'll jump on your channel with you. He asked me, and so yeah.
Isn't there?
Next thing
if you can't beat them, join them. Is that?
I think you thought of that, actually, honey.
Oh, I thought.
And, the fake infights you guys have on your channel are hilarious.
Are fake, like fighting or.
Yeah, right.
Every blue moon, it isn't fake. Every blue moon, it isn't fake. So I try to keep the comic books, the expensive ones, out of arm reach, and
Oh, that way she doesn't have a burning. All right, number 2, guys. And Matt, feel free to jump in whenever you like, sir.
I will do.
All right, so I mentioned the movie. So there was another movie that got me really jazzed about some comic books, and it was The Crow.
Oh, yeah.
So James O'Barr's The Crow, it just, everything about it I love. Now, I'm not good at like details, but I've read about James O'Barr. He was in the military. He did art in our manuals, and then there was a tragic event, and that drove him creating this story. So knowing all that, seeing the movie, the soundtrack of the movie is amazing. The tragedy behind the movie is amazing. The movie itself's amazing. So then I love everything about like the artwork from the beginning. It develops through the books, and it gets better and better and different. And there's just all kind of different things happening. So I love The Crow. So this made the cut.
And just an iconic image of what he is. It's simple. It's effective.
Yes.
The Crow was such a great movie. I honestly, I've said this before, and I'll stick to it. There were 4 good comic book movies ever made before Blade. Superman 1, Superman 2, Batman, and The Crow. And The Crow was so dark, and it was a very 1990s movie. I mean, I don't know if it would play as well today, just because of the darkness. It wasn't a Tim Burton movie, but it was kind of that same theme. But that is a great pick for book number 2. And, you guys didn't say it. You got to say something before you drink. I'm kind of disappointed in you.
It's like when in the presence of Matt Woods and he's speaking, I mean, there's some bylaws.
So do you guys want to let the audience know a little bit about the Matt Woods drinking game? Because, I mean, by now we should all be drunk on shots just in the first 10 minutes.
Drunk already. But I just really got tired of Steven saying the Matt Woods name over and over every morning. So I just created a drinking game from it on our channel. So
my name went from a slight curse word in the Blaster family to a greeting.
trigger. It was a trigger word. Stephanie had a bunch of trigger words, and Matt Woods was one of them. And we're like, all right, we're gonna drink every time I say Matt Woods.
He doesn't have his own little timeout corner at home. No.
Me? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So I mentioned I collect original art. So if we see this page, the other one, this one here, I'm cheating, right? This still counts as book number 2.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So cheating. He's so bad.
I've got a piece of original art from
Nice.
book number 1. So
That's from issue number 1 of The Crow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. That's a big piece of art.
Yeah. I'm right now, I'm surprised it's not in a frame.
I'm
Yeah.
flabbergasted.
Me too, Gary. Thanks for that.
yes,
That should be in a frame in the living room.
yes, my mitts are on it right now.
Look at his oils from his fingers are getting pierced into this.
Oh,
right?
It's mine.
See, Stephanie being an artist knows all that human skin contact's going to ruin it.
There's only one of it, so whatever happens to it, there's only one of it. I will try to be a good steward of it.
But he's going to be drunk later, wiping his mouth after some chicken wings, right? With a page.
I hope not.
Right? All right. Number 3, guys.
All right. So we're gonna
Is that
do
me?
yes, two me, and then Madam's gonna kick it into gear.
All right. Let's see it.
All right. I'm trying to get it out the glare. There it is.
I've never seen that Scarlet Witch cover.
Oh my God. This is David Nakayama's Scarlet Witch Hellfire Gala version variant here. And this was a gift to me from Matt Woods. I could only, it was perfect. And I really love this image of David, and I sketched this for the comic book crowd. I did like an homage to it in like a black and white, sketch. And I messaged him even and said like, hey, here's a sketch I did off of your thing. And he was like, that's cool.
You
so that
messaged
was
him.
cool. He messaged me back, and Steven's going to be upset.
No, she just said, I messaged him and he messaged me back once, but they were DMing back and forth a whole bunch. And I was
Not a whole bunch.
This is part of our joking skit, but there was a little bit of back and forth. And I was like, all right, let's shut that down.
But that is a beautiful cover. And I can't believe I've never seen that cover before.
I love it. Thank you so much, Matt.
Yes,
I
Matt.
really wanted that for so long, so thank you.
That cover is fire. Absolutely. It looks better in person than it does on camera, if that's possible.
Stephanie, did you get the new covers that had just came out from John Tyler Christopher, where it had the 3 different negative space variants?
No.
Those are really nice Scarlet Witch covers.
Are they? I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, there's 3 different ones, like 3 different outfits from her time period. It's really cool.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm a big Scarlet Witch. I really like the way she's drawn, and I'm a big fan of that. So.
Now, what do you guys think of her TV show and then her appearance in Doctor Strange? Because I think Elizabeth Olsen just kills it as that character.
Couldn't agree more. The kids watch the shows with us, and that's one of their favorites. And we loved it. I'm not sure you saw the movie.
I go to sleep real early. So sometimes I miss.
I wish. I'm the guy that gets 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night.
So, we didn't mention our family in the beginning. So when they watch this back 10 years from now, they'll be disappointed. But we have 4 children. And with Stephanie sculpting, she wakes up at like 3 a.m. while we're all asleep so that she can have uninterrupted time to sculpt and all that. Focus. And then we'll shoot a video once a week, but then she'll be out and we'll be watching shows at nighttime without her. Yeah. So
I love the way though that Elizabeth Olsen, she can do the fun, fluffy, friendly Scarlet Witch, but she can turn it in a second in a believable way to absolute world scale menace, and just with her acting, which is incredible.
She frightens me when she gets fierce like that.
Right, because you at one instance you want to be Scarlet Witch's friend, and the next you want to run for your life.
Absolutely.
Don't piss off Scarlet Witch.
All right, number 4.
All right. So after this show, we were going to do the comic book crowd show with our good buddy Matt Woods there, Joe at Anachronic Comics, Wayne at Squirrel Madness, and Alan at Climbing Comics. But because of the hurricane, Joe's in Florida, and we're not going to have the show tonight. He wanted me to put that out, but the reason so Joe's safe, and we're thinking about everybody in Florida. But my next item is a subscription comic book from Joe.
Oh.
And he did an amazing video probably half a year ago, and he had a stack of these. And the video was, I'm going to open all these, and we're going to see what's inside. Oh,
Man,
Matt's got that.
One.
It was the best video. It's the best video on YouTube. I just loved it.
It is. I watched it. It's so fun.
And Stephanie it was amazing. And I reached out to Joe, and I'm like, I don't know how to ask. I'll buy it. I don't know how to assign a value. And he's like, he sent it to me. And so this is one of the most important items in my collection.
Nice. And what book does it contain?
I don't know, and I'm not going to look.
Oh, nice. You're going to keep it.
Why would you not look?
I would do the same thing.
Capsule, like we should make.
Oh, you do.
Like, that's one of the things we should put in there.
I know I can look, Matt, and I know Joe didn't send me a big book or anything, but
hey, Gary, put me full screen.
Okay.
Matt,
Steven, though, before Matt goes on his rant, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't crack it.
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
There is no cracking. These are the ends. There's no end to it.
Oh.
All you do is you just squeeze it a little bit, push the book out, pull it. These are made to take out. You will have the subscription crease in it, but you know what? That gives a character. And then to put it back in.
I know that.
Then to put it back in, just kind of rotate it. Put it back in and slide it back. As simple as can be. All right, I'm done with my rant, Gary.
Matt, I watched the video where he did all that. I just don't, and I'm horrible about keeping secrets and all this, and I don't want to know. I don't know why, but I like not knowing. So
adds a bit of mystery to it.
Yeah, that's a really big book in there.
If Joe sent me a really big book and he's like, why didn't he ever thank me, better than he did? No, I'm so grateful for it. It is, I really cherish it. So I don't care.
FF48's in there. He doesn't know.
Stephanie, someday on the sly, you're just going to have to look at it when Steve's not watching.
Okay.
And when you do, Stephanie, you got to message Matt and I and tell us what book's in there.
Okay.
It is Fantastic Four or 48, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
Joe. Just go ask Joe. He'll tell you. I'm sure he remembers.
Joe forgets.
All right, number 5. we'll get you out of the water here, Steve.
Thanks, Gary. All right. MTV, Liquid Television. Does that ring a bell to anybody out there?
Yep, and Flux stuff like that.
Okay. The Max.
Oh.
I love Sam Keith art. And the Max, I loved it. I loved the Liquid Television, and I'm just a big fan of the art. I've read the story. What happened?
Joe just said hi. He's got to keep his power on.
Oh, Joe popped in.
Awesome. Yeah, right here.
Hey,
Joe, we hope you and everyone else is safe down there, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, we love you, Joe. We're thinking of you. The Max. I love the Max. So, just like I said, big fan of Sam Keith. Now that's Max #1. Primer 5 was the first appearance of the Max. It was like the hare or something. He was a big, gigantic rabbit, I believe.
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm about to show original art from the Wizard half of the Max, which was a preview before Max #1.
Oh, okay. Wow.
This is original art, and this is in that. It's the first, like, this is one of the first shots of the Max. So it's just really early, the Max art. Sam Keith. And Sam Keith has kept a lot of the Max art, but the art from the half is out there in the world. So
That is
it's
really cool.
It's a really unique piece.
Is there a portfolio sleeve on that, or are you just handling it all raw?
He's putting all of his juice on that.
My juices. Oh my god.
So, were you a fan of the Wizard magazine back in the day too, Steve?
Absolutely, yes.
That book was so much fun.
Definitely.
Especially the fan casting when they would cast a movie. And
yeah, yes, definitely.
Do you ever go back and look at the values of books back then in the Wizards? It's hilarious.
I do that. Madam likes to look at the back of a comic book and comment on the back. And when I go through a comic book, I'll be like, wow, I could have bought, this for $1. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm one of the kids that ordered the 10 cassette tapes or 12 cassette tapes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Columbia House.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, definitely.
We all did.
Yeah. So
now, what connects you to what did you like so much about the Max that connected you to that character?
Just the style. So a lot of my stuff is the artistic, the way it's presented. And it was just whimsical, and the fantasy aspect of it. It was just completely different than what was on Sunday morning kind of cartoon stuff that we grew up on.
Did you ever check out his character Slain?
Slain?
Slaine. It ran in magazine form. I think like an Epic or something back in the day, and but he had 4 standalone magazine size issues of Slain, which you would be really into. It's all Sam Keith.
Okay, I'm going after. Yes, no. Thank you for letting me know. I'm checking that out.
It's a. What's that?
Uh-oh.
Thanks for that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, sorry. I can do that because I can't be putting time out over here.
So I want to say, Gary, real quick, sidebar. A little intimidated. Like I would not want to be in the hot seat or do the 411 because I'm very loosey goosey, and you guys have a plethora of knowledge, and it's like I have like a lot of amazing stuff because I pull the trigger and go with my gut, and it has served me well. But like I don't know every single SKU and things, so that's why the 1011, it's like a safe space to come and show items off. So,
there's never any judging on our channel. It's
no,
whether it's your first day in or your lifetime in. All right, so that was good. All right, number 6, guys.
Number 6 is me. I have something I got from Trev, the shipping guru.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought it was Department of Truth from the back when you were picking it up.
Sorry.
Nice steady Frisian cover.
I love Frisian, number 1. I love red, number 2. I love circular designs, very stark, and I love it. It's my fave, and there's nothing to not like about it. It's just very stark and unsettling, I think.
Right, and Trev is such a great dude too.
Yes, he
Trev is awesome. In fact, I have sketched Trev, and I have a story to tell about my sketch of Trev.
Absolutely, Go ahead. All
right, I sketched Trev, the shipping guru, who knows this is going to be displayed tonight. And Trev, I worked so hard on this. This was my first sketch I did of you, but unfortunately, the back of it was a sketch of my 4 kids. I couldn't give to you.
So she did another sketch, and Trev has the other sketch. He has a video where he shows it. But we have this in our house forever now.
Trev!
So Trev is amazing. He is amazing.
He's so sweet, yeah.
Now, Stephanie, when you're doing your art, if you're doing something original as opposed to like a portfolio sketch, which is more difficult in your opinion? Because that's an amazing portfolio sketch, like of someone.
A portrait, like a portrait.
Yes, I'm sorry, a portrait. Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, it's okay. This one's okay too, I think.
Look at that.
How can you look at that face?
Look at that handsome devil out there.
Oh.
So Gary, I'm gonna need your address.
Sketched, Gary.
You've been sketched, Madam got you. You've been blasted by Madam.
Oh my God, I was not expecting that.
We're gonna need your address.
Yeah. Okay.
Steve sent me that picture just yesterday, and I was so excited for the reveal today, Gary. It looks just like you.
It does.
Well, I have a story to tell about this. We had this in the background of our video yesterday. And so many people had commented how wonderful of a sketch I had done on Master Blaster.
Yeah, so
it's like they have the same haircut, I know, but I probably like, subliminally have some of his characteristics in my drawing skills. So
Oh goodness. Well, thank you guys. That was a complete shocker. I don't think anyone's ever caught me off guard before. Well done, guys. Well done.
Nice.
First time on my show, on my channel, ever being caught off guard.
Oh, Gary, he's all red and blushing. I like it.
I mean, someone took the time to not be, how can you not be humbled by it?
Right?
I almost threw you twice, Gary, because I was worried that the first one.
Put that
There's no good photo that this takes, so I mean, there's nothing pretty about this mug. So thank you for spending time with my special kind of ugly.
That's not true at all.
Not true at all, Gary.
Gary, can you make Matt big real quick?
Everybody.
Can you make Matt
I
big?
can.
Okay. You want to
you want to see this?
Oh my God.
Oh, nice.
See, what I like about it, that has my goat Fireball in it.
All right. Cheers to Fireball.
Fireball.
He's Fireball.
But no, Madam is so talented with her portraits. They're becoming a thing on the internet. Pretty soon people are going to start collecting Madam Blaster portraits.
All right. I'm not even gonna want to handle mine. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna put some gloves on, put it in something protective, and just leave it. Put it on the wall.
It's all over it before it gets shipped out.
That's okay. I'm just gonna handle it nice when I get it. Oh goodness! All right, now I'm completely flustered and off my game. On number 7, guys.
All right, number 7. So. One of the themes of our show is I have a goal, and it's to collect Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 100 signed by Stan Lee.
Oh, I do remember that from watching you guys.
So, it's challenging actually right now because I have about 50. I'm in the high 50s, so I have 40 to go, and the lowest I have is number 5, right? So I've got my hands full with 1, 2, 3, 4, but one of the books needed to represent my goal. So I grabbed Amazing Spider-Man, number 50, signed by Stan Lee and John Romita.
Ooh, and John Romita. Well, I mean, you can't ask for better than that.
No. Now, I said I have 58 or whatever I have, loosey-goosey again. But I grabbed this one because Madam has something to say about this cover, which we've had on one of our videos before.
Uh-oh.
Madam?
Should I start booing now?
This has been way over, just sensationalized. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, but you just said how much you love red on a cover. Look at all that red.
In circular pattern.
It gets some organicness to it. You know what I mean? You need some dynamics, something going on in there.
Oh, well, it's the representation of Peter Parker's pain, which is one of the reasons you connect with the character.
And that's missing from that. She's missing that component, and it's critical to why this cover is iconic.
Right, Peter Parker was going through it.
Yes. Yeah. Kid gloves with Madam on that one. I just think it's funny. I like to throw her under the bus sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I totally didn't get that about you two at all. All right, number 8, guys.
All right, so why we're in the YouTube game and all that. We're part of a gang, actually, both of us. You want to
gang?
That's correct.
Oh, I want to hear the story about finding this book.
Stephanie. So, Gary, well, all right. Yes. We both have a copy. But there's a story behind that. One morning I wake up and Stephanie goes on to Reggie's live feeds and makes comments, and she puts up with me, and she's been around the gang for a long time. And one morning she wakes up and she goes, "Am I a member of the Gibbon gang?" And I was like, "Nope." Like, "No, you're not a member of the gang." And she's like, "But I'm married to you and you have a copy of Amazing Spider-Man 110. And I'm like, "That's not how it works. You need to run it by Reggie. He's the leader of the gang." You know,
gang rules.
I'm still waiting for my leather jacket. All right.
So we.
Oh.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Matt. How you doing, sir? We'll wait for them to get back on.
They'll be here.
I think someone just hit a wrong button by accident. We'll wait for them to join up.
That's hilarious.
Oh, there they are. They're back. All right.
So
anyway.
So I went on for a little bit. And I was like throwing her under the bus that she was not a member of the Gibbon gang and memes and things. And Reggie sent her copy and like dropped a video instantly and like, "I've got you covered. You're a member of the gang. It's in the mail."
I was anointed, I would like to say.
By the gang leader. But in the meantime, everyone started asking me to show my copy, and I couldn't find it because my collection I have 10,000 raw comic books and several hundred slabs.
And Gary, he's the most unorganized person you could imagine. So going through 10,000 raw comics looking for a Gibbon gang comic was like a whole day event.
An entire day. And I got through every single raw comic book and it wasn't there.
Oh.
And the reason is I forgot I had sent it to EGS to get a custom label, and it was in the slabbed box.
Oh, so you looked through all those boxes and it was in your slab.
And my back was very upset with me, crawling in the closet. Yeah.
I have a picture in my head. I have a picture. Oh, sorry. I have a picture in my head of Steve walking around, sweat coming off his brow. He's white knuckling a cup, just muttering to himself, "Where is it? Where is it?"
And the whole time, the dialogue's going on in his head. "I've been giving her shit for days about this, and now I can't find my copy."
Yep. In the gang, they were catching wind of it. They were like, "He didn't post it. He can't find it." And they were like,
we were loving it.
Picture of Steven looking through his comics on Instagram without him knowing. And I was like, just wait till he finds out. I'm like, like taking a picture of him searching through his comics looking for his Giving Gang comic.
Now, Steph, did you know where it was the whole time?
No, but if I did, I would have hit it and made it better.
Wait, would you have put it underneath the weight scale in a bathroom? Is that where it would have went?
A lot more worse things could happen in the bathroom, Matt.
We just saw the Scarlet Witch side of Stephanie. She totally went Venom on that one, like venomous on it. I would have hit it. You would have never found it. Oh.
All's right in the world now, thanks to Reggie. So, madam, yeah. So we just have so much fun. It's like the Grow Together, Your Grow Together initiative, like the Reggie and the gang, and we've made so many friends. So we love it, and we just have fun with it. We're going to go out to Garage Con this year, fly across the country, and we're really looking forward to maybe seeing Doug Bratton and a lot of our other friends. I don't know if Matt's coming out or not, but Matt,
you'll have to wait and see.
Oh, man. No, how can we brag you?
All right.
No, I'm definitely going to be there that day.
Awesome. Great. Can't wait to see you.
Now, you guys can reserve for hotel after we get put it on YouTube for us to see?
Yes. I am not afraid to ask for forgiveness later. No, I'll play nice, but I hope that we can definitely share it with the community. And I think we're going to be able to, because Joe and some of the other guys last year were like in Reggie's studio room where he shoots, and they were posting images and things. So Reggie's a great guy and receptive to stuff like that. So
now that's someone I've never spoken to.
Really?
Yeah. I would love to get him on the show. So maybe all of you can put some good words in for me.
Oh yeah. You guys would hit it off, and I don't.
Yeah, you would.
We'll try.
Reach out to him on Instagram. He's very receptive.
I don't know how much power we hold over Reggie, the Godfather, though.
Right. Well, I mean, you got inducted in just by wanting to have the book, so.
Stephanie's in the gang. She's still a prospect, but
still warming the bench, huh?
She's a full-fledged member.
I know. I'm joking.
Right. Well, but Stephanie, you know where his copy is now, so if it, something happens to it.
He will misplace it within a week. I declare, and I will be able to just, shuffle that off into some, dark corner of the house.
We have our display case in our, where we shoot our video, and it's going there, and it isn't leaving there, so I don't ever have to deal with that.
Go through that again?
No. Hey, Steve, if it goes missing, I got your back. I got multiple copies I'll mail out to you.
There you go. It's like having a challenge coin in the military. In the military, they have like coins you have to put out, and if you don't put it out, then you're in big trouble. You get to pay a penalty.
Exactly.
And it's like, man, I guess on February, what was it, Matt? February 12th or 14th or something. February 12th, I think you said, was the Giving Gang.
February 12th.
Day, right?
Yes.
So we all have to show up with our Giving Gang comics at that time and have proof of life.
Now, how did this whole Giving Gang thing start while we're on the subject? Because I just learned about it last year.
Make Matt big. Can you handle it, Matt? You're going to know better than me.
Well, okay. We'll talk about this. Now, Reggie, he was, we're talking about Reggie Collections. If you guys aren't subbed up to him, definitely sub up to him. He's like Gary. He's an inspiration to so many people. But when he started his YouTube channel, something would go wrong with his feed or whatever. Well, he would always make light, and he says, the Gibbon must be messing with my internet or something like this. And he was referencing this character that came out in Amazing Spider-Man 110. Honestly, it's a really bad character. Stan Lee made it. Stan Lee's made a lot of great supervillains, but the Gibbon was not one of them. So it started to take a life of its own. Like Reggie, I think he made one offhand comment, and from there, anytime anything happened, somebody in the chat was talking about the Gibbon. And then it really kind of took a life of its own And before you knew it, like the Gibbon Gang had been formed. Tina, she's the OG Gibbon Gang leader. Like, you don't mess with Tina, okay? She runs things over there. But in all honesty, though, but that's how it started. It was really an organic type of thing, and nobody planned it. It just seemed to happen.
But those are the best, right?
Yeah. If you think about it, they're usually not very good. It's like you said, it's usually the best whenever it just is completely organic.
Hey, Matt, am I off my rocker, or is there some like that's Stan Lee's last story he wrote or something, that comic book?
That's two issues in all honesty. I'm going to address the first one. Are you off your rocker? Yes, you are absolutely off your rocker. We don't even have to question that one. But that is Stan Lee's last comic book was ASM 110. I think he wrote a couple later on in like the 300-400s, but that was the last of his original run. He wrote 1 to 110.
Awesome. Yeah, I knew there was something like that.
Which is quite a feat in itself to spend 110 issues on one book.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But yes, you are off your rocker.
Confirmed here tonight. Yes.
Exactly. Matt Wood said so. It must be so.
Matt Woods.
All right. Number 9, when you guys have done with your sips.
That's me. I'm up. And I have this beautiful. I hope there's not a big glare.
Oh, let me.
You do it, baby.
All right.
The Adi Granoff cover.
The Aldi Granoff, and it's signed. It's a 9/8, and I am just in love with it. I feel like it's the pietà of comic books.
And it's so funny that it's a Deadpool comic.
It's gorgeous.
That's weird.
It's gorgeous, though. There's nothing to be said. Like, you cannot like criticize this art at all.
I have that cover here. I gotta send it out to get slabbed. It's so beautiful. I don't even open it. I just have it in my protective thing, and it's gonna go out someday.
Yes, because it is so beautiful. I mean, you cannot deny that art. I mean, it's remarkable, and I'm so happy that Steve's gonna gift it to me tonight.
And just with that cover too, it just speaks volumes about the relationship and the connection between Wanda and Vision. Like, there's a lot. That art is beautiful in a couple different ways. I mean, it's not just great art, but it's art that's telling a story as well.
Right.
I agree.
There is such compassion and love and submission and just caring going over there. I love it.
Granoff outdid himself with that art on that cover.
I think it's his best, because when I saw this is the first time I saw his work, because I'm not like hunting modern, and Joe got me on. Joe had a segment. It was just
top
the
covers.
Best cover. What was it called?
It was the top 5 covers of the week. I forget the name of this show, but that's what it was.
Yes, and I just saw this, and then I went and looked, and I'm like, man, this is just the amazing, amazing comic. This is art. In fact,
yes, this is. I mean, you can't deny the beauty of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. And to have it signed by him too is really cool.
And he signed it really great, Gary. He signed it just beautifully, like with the composition.
Right, and the silver.
Yes.
Yes, and leading you back up to the image.
Yeah.
And pulls you back in.
So
it does. Yeah, it goes right up the leg line. That is really cool.
So
I love it when an artist turns the signature into art itself. Like, and then whenever it complements a book, it's just the best of the best.
Right, when they care enough to do it, right?
Right. It's just a cherry on top. I mean, it can't get any better than that,
Pretty Fly for a Filipino guy was on Joe's channel, and this cover came up, and he talked about I'm going to mess this up, but there's a ratio that circles around, and how this cover is designed to pull your eye through it. Oh. And the golden ratio, I think it is. Yes. And the capes, this is just fantastic. It's so behind us real quick. Frog Boy Mark that's a, I had him, we commissioned him to do that. And we're on the list for another painting.
Ooh.
And it's that one, huh? Nice.
Oh, he's going to love doing that one.
I love it.
We can't wait.
Jackson, they did. One of the pictures they sent me tonight was them dressed as Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Hey, Jackson.
And I almost used that one, but I really liked just the regular picture of you two was just really nice. So I had to go with that one.
I remember the cosplay, and Steve wasn't digging it. Too much makeup.
It's the same thing. Like you put a costume on a dog, and immediately the dog, like cowering, like I'm so sad I'm in this costume.
Yes.
And then the same thing happened to Steven. Like I'm so sad I'm in this costume, and as soon as you take it off, he's fine.
Your whole energy in that video when you were done up like Vision, you could just tell you were miserable.
It was brutal.
And having that much paint on it's hot too.
He's like disarming bombs and stuff, like, oh, come on. Like,
and then you're thinking, like, is this going to come off tomorrow when I'm in camouflage at the Air Force Base? Am I going to have a red tint all over my face? It's like.
You can make it simple for him next time, Stephanie, and just have him do the white Vision. He just needs the white makeup on.
Oh, I will do that.
No, boy.
That won't be bad.
Yeah. And I don't know if we mentioned it at the very beginning, but Madam, about once a month, she'll do the cosplay. Like she did the Dazzler recently. So that's a lot of fun for her. I try to convince her when the 20-minute video is over to go ahead and stay in the costume the rest of the day.
Right. You don't win it, huh?
I like getting dressed up for the shows. I know Gary B, you're the casual comic guy, but I like getting dressed up for the shows because it's just an opportunity to get dressed up as a girl. And
it's just fun.
So.
No, nothing wrong with it. It's a lot of fun. The thing about the cosplay is it takes a lot of work. Like making some of the suits and stuff. Like you see some of these cosplay outfits, and they're better than movie outfits. And you just wonder how many hours it takes them to put something like that together. They're hand making stuff. If you ever watch any of the behind the scenes videos, and they're spending days or weeks just making custom pieces or tools that go with it, or something that's just accurate, whether it's a video game or a comic book. It's a lot of effort.
Well, that's cool. That's good attention to detail. I appreciate that.
Right.
That's
number 10, guys.
That's awesome.
All right. You said number 10?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. Did I cut you off, sir?
Well, I wanted to ask the Blasters a great question here. Well, it might be a bad question, but I call it great. Anyhow, yesterday's video, you guys mentioned that you were up early in the morning filming, and I think you've mentioned that in previous videos. Do you guys do most of your videos at like 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Right now we are. We used to do them at like Saturday mornings, like real early. But we're both very early risers. Steven is in the military, so he has to get up early, and I'm a mother of 4, and I just get up early naturally because I want that extra time to like create and do some sculpture before the kids get up. So we're both like up pretty early.
Hey,
well, the house is quiet and the kids are asleep,
so
right?
Exactly. The kids are asleep.
Yeah.
It's just the quiet hour, and we can uninterrupted shoot a video, and so that and I'll call it out. I'll go, it's so dark 30. It's 4:30 in the morning in Arizona.
I'm a morning person myself. I'm usually up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock every morning.
Are you? Me too, Gary. That's awesome.
What's terrible about that though is I'm also a late to go to bed person. So I usually go to bed between 11:30 and 12 every night. No. And I've been that way my whole life. The only time I sleep in is Friday night and a Saturday morning. I'll get 8 hours. And sometimes I feel like I got too much and it gives me a headache.
You're one of those people who doesn't need that much sleep. That's so cool.
Yeah. Well, it probably contributed to this whole thing, so who knows? All right. Number 10, guys. What do you got?
All right.
I feel like a slacker. I wake up at 6. My gosh.
Well, you are a
So late.
slacker. Man, I thought you were more on the point than that, Matt.
Yeah, right?
And you've got goats to take care of. You need to,
Really? They must be starving.
Yeah, right. They're the most well-fed goats on earth.
Fatty fat goats, huh?
Than people.
You've never fed a comic book to the goats, right, Matt?
I need to do a video of me feeding a comic book to one of the goats.
Just make it a Venom book.
Ooh.
Ooh,
that wasn't a sling on you guys. I just don't like the character Venom.
Right.
All right, now I got to start finding Venom books.
Eddie Brock is a character I never connected with at all. Just don't care for him. Or
in the
movies, symbiotes.
What in the movies? You don't like the movies?
No, especially if they would have. When Eddie Brock first came on the scene with ASM 300, even with 29, like that panel when he showed up and scared the crap out of MJ.
Yeah.
That was cool. You felt that, right? And he was menacing. And he was a little unhinged. But no one's portrayed him right. They've gotten guys that are, Eddie's a weightlifter. And I don't like that you have to make every person that's a villain, you eventually turn them into the anti-hero, right? I would have found it much more interesting if they just would have kept him insane. Where Spider-Man had to trick him into thinking he was dead and leave him on an island so he would just be free of this menace, right? And that's when I thought he was an okay character.
Yeah.
But he's a parody in the movies.
Yeah. I mean,
my opinion.
But your points are awesome because if they went down that road, it would be amazing. Right,
because every time he would show up, still today, he would be a threat.
Right.
Well, I think they came out with Carnage to be that psychopath. So I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Venom, but I don't think he's the worst bad guy either.
That's why I think he's good goat eating food. So.
I like them both, but I'm easy. So I like almost all of it. But
see, now I'm going to feel like a jerk if this next book's a Venom book.
It's not, so you can relax.
Venom number 3 coming up.
All right. So in the beginning with the Batman, Tim Burton, and I got into it, and at that time there was a character that was everywhere in every comic book, and it was the Punisher.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm a big Punisher fan. And this comic book is really important to me. I'll show it first, and then I'll explain why it's really important to me.
That book's hot. The Sam Keith cover.
Not Sam Keith. This is
it's not. Who is that?
This is Frank Turin.
Frank, that's right. That's right.
I've never seen that cover.
You haven't?
Oh, it's classic.
Oh. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's cool, but what's the deal with it? Looks like he's wearing a Venom costume.
Well, that's Bullseye. Bullseye's got a knife, and in the knife's reflection is the Punisher's symbol.
Oh, there I see it. Yep.
Okay.
He's completely psychotic in that drawing.
Yeah. Yes.
Totally.
It's like once.
Yeah. Good portrayal.
The first time I saw it, it's like it's seared into your brain.
I know where there's a 9.8 copy of that for sale.
But I own the cover art. This is probably one of my best pieces of original comic book art. So that's why that comic book, or cover art is a lot different, and to be like a pretty for the Punisher, this is a pretty known cover.
Yes.
Late issue. And I'm a big fan of Frank Turin. He only did a little bit of comic book art. He was really young. I actually messaged him through eBay, and he was doing this art. He was still living at home or something.
Wow.
Yeah, and his art is really Sam Keith, and his art are really like this, right? So it's expressive, and powerful.
Well, and you can feel the menace in that picture.
Yes. So that would be the last piece of comic book art that would probably leave the collection.
Now, let me ask you, who's your favorite Punisher portrayal with the actor of what we've had so far?
From the show, I don't know that.
John Bernthal?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was 3 different guys: Thomas Jane, Dolph Lundgren. I can't remember the other guy's name right now.
Aaron Eckhart.
Is that it?
I think it is.
I don't know actors' names.
Aaron Eckhart, I think was.
Yeah, he did one, but there was another guy too.
Dolph Lundgren back in the late 80s.
Yep. The one that she directed it, and it was kind of went straight to video.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Oh, Jigsaw was the villain in it. You guys never saw that one?
No, and I love Jigsaw.
Really? This was a direct-to-video one.
Oh, I need to look at that.
And it's a little on the campy side, but it's completely brutal. You see Punisher shooting people's faces off.
Oh no! You need to put a link to that at the.
I will send it to you after the show. I'm going to make a note right now. I can't believe.
Tag me on that too, because I want to.
Being a Punisher fan, you'll love it. It's completely brutal.
Faces of death after this.
Faces,
right?
I remember that.
Like full shotgun mode, everything, just killing fools.
I'm all about it. I mean, it's make believe.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna send you because I can't believe you don't even know about it. Being a Punisher fan, you'll love this movie.
Like I said, I'm not a completionist, or it's a little loosey goosey. How we
lost Matt.
We lost Matt. He'll be back.
Steven's more sporadic in his collection, right?
Well,
Well, 10,000 books is a big collection, though.
Yeah, it is.
Is it, Gary?
Yeah,
it's big.
I get the sarcasm, Steph. Is it though? Because I don't know if it's taking up enough space where I live.
Because it's really full right now, and I don't know if we should be opening up a comic book store soon, or if we have enough material yet, or if we're just working for it.
There was a tight window. I discovered original comic book art on eBay. I was looking at comic books, and I saw a page, and I just didn't even know you could buy that stuff. And I went on a tear for several years, 5, 6, 7 years, and I have about 150 pieces of original comic book art, and I did it at a really great time. And it was, not when the market was super hot, and that's how I can have some of the things I have. I'm very lucky.
Gary, I got to see Steve's portfolio of his original art. He was showing me he's just flipping through the pages. It was amazing to see these original art pages he has. That whenever he got to that Punisher, I was already blown away, and that was just like the icing on all the cake. So I can vouch, he has an amazing original art collection.
Now, have you done a video about your original art yet, Steven?
I trickle it in. If it relates to you had Remy Q on the 1011.
I did.
Okay, a month or two ago, and he pulled up the What If Hulk Went Berserk Sienkiewicz cover, and I the next video. I think I tagged him or reached out to him. I have a piece of original comic book art from that book.
Oh wow!
So I incorporated that into my. That's sort of how we roll. What is our show about? It's like I watch a video from you or Matt Woods, and it inspires me to bust something out, and talk about it.
It's so funny.
So you bought some Conan art. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get Matt to buy a piece of Conan. He can tell you I DM him all the time, and he's like, one day, leave me alone.
No, keep DMing me. I'm waiting, because one of these days I'm going to pull the trigger whenever I see something that just wows me.
Yeah.
Now, while you both are here, before we get to number 11, who is each of your favorite artists in comics? Do you guys each have like one favorite that you like above all others?
Do you want to go first?
I do. Yes, I really like Jenny Frisian. I think she's my favorite right now. I like Michael Turner. I like
Michael Turner a lot too.
Yeah, and too bad he's gone. But Frisian is really doing great. She really did a great Poison Ivy with Tiger Lilies. I just saw that was awesome.
Jen Bartel, I've been loving her She-Hulk covers. And have you guys seen the artist Selenia on her Red Sonja covers?
No.
It's almost lifelike. They're incredible.
Cool.
Awesome.
And she depicts her like she should depict her, like she's a warrior. I hate when that's my one complaint about Dynamite. Quit making Red Sonja a model. She's a warrior.
Yeah.
Make her a warrior. Don't quit putting her in poses. And I want to see her cut, scarred, bloody, and fighting.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
I don't want to see I don't want to see Playboy Sonja. I want to see Warrior Sonja.
Right. I get that.
Stephanie, if you like the Jenny Frisian, check out some of the Jen Bartel covers that she did in the last year for Marvel. She did some great She-Hulk. She did some great women covers. I forgot what it was for Women's Day or something. She did an incredible Jessica Drew Spider-Woman one where she's in a business suit. She did the same with a She-Hulk, but they are absolutely gorgeous.
I'll have to check those out.
And your favorite artist, Steven?
Well, I watched Dope Comics yesterday. You had him on. And he said in the first 5 minutes, I'd say Spider-Man and Todd McFarlane over and over again. So I'm going to, if I can have two, you're the host.
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane, Sam Keith. Sam Keith is, nice. I love Sam Keith.
And two very different styles too.
Definitely. And I really love both.
Now, I'm going to ask you this as a Spider-Man fan, okay, that you are. I loved Eric Larson's run on Spider-Man. I thought he was such a great follow-up to Todd McFarlane, and that was going to be a thankless job for whoever inherited it. And I thought he got the job, and he hit it right out of the park. I thought his style and everything about how he approached Spider-Man fit that book perfectly.
Yes, Eric Larson has a jazzy style, is what I love Eric Larson's art, and I couldn't agree with you more. Coming behind Todd McFarlane, he did an amazing job. I love all those covers, and the art inside he nailed it. I agree with you. I love Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane.
Right, and I want to see Cardiac in a movie. Cardiac's an underrated person in the Spider-Man lore.
Okay, so next week I've got a couple really cool original Cardiac pieces.
Ooh.
I'm going to tease this right now. I have a sketch that Eric Larson did that I bought secondhand, and he inscribed it with the date, and he says it's the second sketch of the dude. It's the second sketch of Cardiac that Eric Larson ever did.
Wow.
Yes. So, and then I have some actually published art that I'll showcase of Cardiac.
Make sure you tag me in that so I don't miss it in my notifications. Because when I'm at work, I'll get like 100 notifications in a day that I can't click on and look at.
Okay, I'll do that. I love Cardiac and Eric Larson. So,
see, I thought I was the only Cardiac fan out there, and I've been finding more of them.
Oh, they're out there.
Yeah, it's fun. Great character.
All right, so number 11 with a story, guys.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to turn it over to Madam. I'll hold it up. Oh,
you can say it.
Oh, well, okay. Well, Madam bought me this comic book.
Ooh, I know this story.
I was seeing if him being a Punisher fan, if that was coming out tonight.
Yeah. Again, I like my Stan Lee signatures. I love John Romita. If it's a Ditko versus John Romita Battle of the Artist, I'm going John Romita.
Me too.
Yeah. And
no
so
disrespect to Ditko.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But you don't want to tell any part of this story? It's on me. Okay. So me and Stephanie were not married yet, and we were dating, and we went to go see a movie, and over in Mesa, Arizona, we're in Arizona, and Atomic Comics had this comic book. It was Raw, and I asked to look at it. They had it in the case, and they were asking $600 for it or something. And shockingly, it wasn't like I'm a regular. They pulled it out and let me flip through it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's no way we can afford this. We're both going to college. And I was like, this is a nice copy. And I gave it back, and we went to go see a movie. And she was like, I'm going to go get a soda or something else. And she disappeared. And she's gone for a while. And she came back, and she gave this comic book to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a thoughtful gift.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate, or is that how it went?
I love you, baby.
She loves me. Yes. And I thought, all right, she's a keeper. Yeah. I was blown away. Thanks, honey. So Joe's subscription comic, and those are grab those two, the children and Stephanie, in case of emergency. Like this, yeah. It's
well, Stephanie, you were still last on that list. Grab these two, the children and Stephanie. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, Gary, I'm not surprised.
I'm getting Steven in hot water over here.
So you're going to start a fight, Gary.
It was great. I had it sent in. I never met Stan Lee. For a guy that's going to have all these books that was Stan Lee's signature, I never had an opportunity to meet him or see, So I sent that book in, and it's a big deal. I love The Punisher. So it's just one of the best books, and Stephanie bought it for me. She's bought me a few of my gold books, so she's been very supportive along the way. So
it is. First of all, that's awesome, Stephanie.
Thank you.
That you care that much that you would buy something that nice. And two, that cover, even if you're a Punisher fan or not, the cover design on that is incredible.
It is. It's dope. I agree, Gary. Yeah.
I love the crosshairs. Like it's just perfect.
Yeah.
There are hits and misses when a character comes onto the scene. That first appearance, the first appearance of the Rhino 41, Amazing Spider-Man 41, that's how you arrive on the comic book scene.
Busting through a wall or whatever he was, yeah.
See, my most important Spider book, and I have like a 3540 copy of it here, is 194, the first appearance of the Black Cat. Because I'm a huge Felicia Hardy fan. So I even bought the Toy Biz cover of it. But huge Black Cat person. I remember reading that comic when I was a kid, just being wowed by this thief that was just completely flummoxing Spider-Man. He just had no idea how to handle it. And
Gary, you like the ladies, do you not?
I do. I love the women of Marvel. I just got the Tiger 4-issue series. They're really underrated characters. They're awesome. And like last year, that Felicia Hardy and Mary Jane one-shot was a fantastic read. It had probably one of the funniest Peter Parker moments in comics history in it. Did either one of you read it?
No.
Oh, Peter Parker's in the hospital, and Felicia Hardy and MJ got to work together because the Hood's there, and his jacket's gone, and he's tasking them to get it, or he's going to kill Peter Parker. So MJ and the Black Cat got to work together. Two people that Spider-Man's been romantically involved in, right? Now, this was written by Jed McKay, and in the hands of a lesser writer, it just would have had them fighting the whole issue, right?
Yeah.
And being catty. It's not. They both had respect for each other. They both worked together. They had little slights to each other. Like one of the funniest lines, because MJ had to dress up in the Black Cat's costume in one scene, and the Black Cat was like, "I'm surprised your ass can fit in those pants." You know, picking on MJ, but they were doing it respectfully, right? But one of the best scenes is he played on how much both of these women care about Peter Parker, and it paid honor to their history in his life. But also, one of the funniest scenes is Peter comes out of consciousness for a moment in his bed, and MJ and the Black Cat are at the end of the bed, and they're talking about how they're going to save him and go get the coat, and they outsmart the Hood because they're both way smarter than that idiot anyway. But Peter wakes up for a split second, and he sees them. And he goes, "Oh no, not this dream again! Please be gentle." And they both just shoot Peter a look like, "What? This guy?" And MJ and Felicia both joke like, how does this guy land women like us? And then they go save his ass, obviously. But great writing by Zeb Wells. A great one-shot issue. If you guys haven't read it, what a great read, especially if you're a Spider fan. It's amazing. But anyway, I went on a tangent. My apologies.
No, that's great. We'll check it out.
That is a great book and a great story. I mean, one, it's iconic. Two, the story of how you got it makes it even more iconic for you to have it. So,
yeah,
wow. All right. So I guess we're to your spec pick.
All right. Don't spec so much, but there's a buddy of mine who's local that I met through Instagram, and he's been on our show, Tech Geek 200. And we will go to the local comic book shop, and we are on a tear. So the Image Boys or whatever, so Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Eric Larson,
Jim Valentino.
Yes. So any book from the 90s that they did the cover art to, and it's a newsstand. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to show you two things, but this is an example. Okay, and Dope is going to have to drink because he said Master's going to come on and Spider-Man and Todd McFarlane. So Marvel Tales Classic, Spider-Man number 226. This is just an example of that you can still like grab these for, $5, $10, but with CGC going to acknowledge the newsstand, and like, to me, it's like fun to find them and pay $5 and appreciate these. The art is amazing, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Those Marvel Tales that he did are great. The Spider-Man Dazzler one is my favorite, but he had a great one with Spider-Man Angel too.
Yes. The Dazzler one where she's front and center. There's two. There's one where she's in the background, and I'm like, this is the redheaded stepchild, because that other one is amazing. I agree. We showed it off during Stephanie's Dazzler cosplay. But yeah, so
and I did do a Black Cat cosplay too, Gary B.
Yes, she did. When you mentioned that, I was thinking she did a Black Cat cosplay.
Yeah. I'll look for it. I do have some videos to catch up for on you guys. You guys are kind of like a new discovery for me in the last month, so there's tons of stuff I haven't seen.
So the real one that I have said on my channel for the last year that is a spec play, and with the Todd McFarlane signing, this is heading off to get his signature on it, is Comic Scenes number 2. And it is a preview of Amazing Spider-Man 300 is inside.
I love seeing that book.
Are you familiar with this book, Gary?
I am not.
So inside of here is a preview for Amazing Spider-Man 300. And Todd McFarlane didn't want to draw Spider-Man with the black costume. So this previews it, and on the cover is not the black costume. So this is ahead of Spider-Man 301 when the change happens.
Wow.
And it's a McFarlane cover, and it's a beaut, in my opinion.
It is.
And this book, it's a magazine, but Raw, you can get it like in lots still for $20, $40, but the people that get it graded, I mean, I paid like $225 for this, and I'm going to get Todd's signature on it. But there's one on eBay right now, and they want like $2,000, and it's like,
right?
So
yeah, that's crazy.
You can spec on it though. You can get it raw for $20 to $50, and there is a newsstand version of this.
Ooh.
Well, especially a lot of previews are hot now. Look at the Marvel Ages.
It's a beautiful display piece. Todd McFarlane.
I completely disagree. I think it's average.
I wish magazine comic books got more love than what they do. It's still kind of a part of the comic book collecting that's underappreciated yet. I think people think they were just literally magazines and not actual comic books. But that one there, that's like a magazine about the comic books, right?
Yeah.
I've never read it.
See, and I'm a big, as you know, Matt, I'm a big magazine format guy too. Absolutely love that format.
Yeah.
I appreciate you changing the subject on Madam, just blasting my book right in front of me. Matt covered down great.
Right? And then he disappeared, so he didn't get in trouble.
Yeah. No, that's it. That we love.
Oh, that was incredible. Now, what was that book Matt was talking about earlier with the Mason book, or did you guys want to show that?
Well, I don't have. You know, we just brought over to our buddy's house what we have, but it is Mason loves the Ghost Rider, so it's Marvel Spotlight number 5.
Yep, first appearance. Yeah,
which got rejected. It was like Gary B's 1011 rejected, you know, and another
Marvel Spotlight 5 got rejected. Woo!
Right, like 2 years ago, that was like a $5,000 book and a good grade, and now I can't even imagine.
It's an amazing book, and Mason really loves the Ghost Rider, so that's what we've got. The 4 kids, and each of them like a different character for different reasons. One likes the Flash because of the show, you know. So that's a teaser to one of the other books that got rejected. And so
you is a Silver Surfer fan, right?
Yeah, so you have to come and watch that. But we had so much fun all week. We've been excited, and thanks for moving your schedule to support what we needed. That was really kind of you.
It's no issue. I was happy to accommodate.
Yeah. Thanks. And we really value your initiative to include everybody. So we're a big fan of yours, and really love the 1011. It's my favorite show that you put on. So
thanks. Oh, you know, it's funny with this show. I mean, I love doing it because I get to meet awesome people all the time. I get to make new friends all the time. But I thought of this while I was driving one day. It just popped in my head, and I was like, you know, I wanted to show that one, it's a platform for people to come on and get noticed by other people that haven't had the chance to get to know them yet. But 2, I just love hearing people talk passionately about books they like, and it doesn't have to be about value. It just has to be that you like it. You know, that's it. Only requirement. Just love what you have.
Definitely. This show is a great platform to just meet different creators, you know, on the YouTube platform. But honestly, I think that's why most people are into hobbies. We just enjoy talking about something we enjoy with people that have a shared interest. And the 1011, Gary, is a super brainchild of yours. So kudos to you for like coming up with this format.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, guys. I mean, like I said, it was just it just popped in there. I didn't do anything special to make it. So but thank you guys. And those books were great. And you guys have the record for catching me off guard. Nobody ever does that. I got completely flustered and blown away. So
I need your address.
I will. You're gonna laugh at the address. Well, it's changing in a month. So October 28th, I'm in a new place.
Oh, good luck moving.
Well, maybe we wait till after or something. But
yeah, it's gonna. Sold the house, and it's just gonna be it's during the peak season at my job, so it's going to be like super busy.
Ooh.
But I got another 30 days here and trying to get everything all set. But I was excited myself to meet you guys. One, because I met Matt Woods finally, and Matt and I didn't bump into each other for a while on YouTube. And being two Conan guys, it was a surprise that we never had.
Yeah.
But as soon as I met Matt, I liked him instantly. And I got to meet you guys tonight, liked you guys instantly. And that's the best thing about doing these shows, right? You just get to meet great people. Like, do you guys get to talk about this stuff in your everyday life with people outside of YouTube? Probably not. And none of us really do. I have a few people down there. But it's, you share a connection over a hobby. And you get to meet generally kind, nice people, which is always a bonus.
Definitely.
But
really fun. It's been a really fun journey, and this past year, like getting to know all the comic book community and getting to know all the friends and everything, and it's amazing. It's a nice family, and it's really welcoming and accepting, and
tons of positivity.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if there's something negative out there, I just don't engage with it. I ignore it completely, and because I don't know about you guys, because you guys don't shoot it your videos in the morning, but this is where I come to relax now. Is YouTube. This is my Zen moment, my me time, right? So I'm an avid reader. If I'm not reading, then I'm doing this. Or I like you, Steven, I love movies. So I don't know. It all fits in, right? Because having a regular job is stressful enough, and providing, and nothing's getting any cheaper out there. So
no, and there's one movie that you can watch 4 or 5 times a week.
Yep, John Carpenter's The Thing. I've only watched it 4 times this week so far.
Gary, and my memory's not that good, but is the thing when it comes out of the water on the raft?
No, you're thinking of Creepshow 2, the one story, The Raft.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
No, John Carpenter's The Thing is isolation horror. It's about these guys at Outpost 31 in Antarctica, and there's.
I think I've seen that. Yes, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They can't figure out who they can't figure out who the thing is in, and so it's a great whodunit type of isolation horror.
Right. And the great thing about it is it breeds on paranoia, and you never actually see the thing's true form.
I love that. That's
and the strength in the script leads into the story. Like, everything you need to know about the film is the script is efficient, right? So you get isolation through the script, you get the paranoia through the script, you get the horror through the script, and the one thing I'll say that's brilliant about it is there's no bad guy in the movie. It's a horror movie without a bad guy. Because even the creature is not necessarily evil. It's just trying to survive.
It had one of the best special effects for the early 80s. Whenever that dude, the piece of glass, goes up his arm underneath the skin. That was just creepy whenever I watched that. I was like 5 or 6.
It's got great effects. It's amazing. There's some shock scenes. And now that you guys brought that up, next Friday, we are going to have on my channel, we are going to watch The Thing live. So anyone that wants to watch it along with us, have your copy ready. I'm going to announce the minute marker we're on. And
the watch parties are awesome.
Well, I've never had one. I'm excited for it, right? So Shy Comic Girl Haley, Candace Barbosa, and Lady Fantastic have never seen it. So we're going to get their live reactions for 2 hours watching The Thing.
That is going to be a blast.
So if you guys aren't doing anything next Friday, tune in and watch it, and watch these ladies get frightened out of their minds for the first time.
It's going to be awesome. That was really cool. When I heard that, I was like, that's going to be cool. Now, I have to tell you, our oldest is 14, and she loves to watch movies, but she will not watch a movie a second time.
Wow.
And she will not do it. She's storm out of the room. She's got a really good
memory, I think. Yeah.
She must have something. And so I can't wait to tell her about you, and she'll be like, "That's a
What's
form
wrong with that guy?
That would be a form of torture to her,
Well, see, I do that with books though too. I'll read the same novels and same stories over and over again.
Yeah.
If I enjoy the journey of that character, I enjoy the journey of that character. It doesn't change for me.
Right.
Like I read the Conan stories from Robert E. Howard every year. I read the Solomon Kanes, the Culls. There's books I read every year. There's just if I like it, I like it. It doesn't matter how many times I read it or watch it. Like I can't tell you how many times I've watched The Princess Bride. I can quote every line from that movie from beginning to end.
Oh, I have a pin that says my name is Amigo Montoya.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah, prepare to die. Yeah.
That movie is the most quotable movie in movie history, I believe.
It is a great movie, no doubt.
It's so charming. And Andre the Giant as Fezzik. When you catch her. Fezzik, try not to mess it up. Everything, ROUSs, everything about it.
Yes.
I love it. But anyway, we're ranting. Matt, what's coming up on your channel, sir?
Well, be honest, I've been out of YouTube for about 2.5 months. I took a little break. I just dropped a video on Wednesday, and I'm getting back into the game. I'm actually really excited to be putting out more content. I'll have my next video coming out on Monday morning.
Hey.
Ooh, nice.
Exciting, Matt.
Fun fact, guys, Matt Woods has never had me on his channel. I'm just picking Matt.
Gary, I would love to have people on my channel, but I have the most horrible internet service where I live, and every time I try to go live, it's the most blurry, horrible, like glitchy type of video you could ever see. So I'm stuck.
I was just picking on you, buddy.
Oh, I know, but I'd love to have you on.
Now, Steve and Steph, what's coming up for you guys?
Well, you just inspired a Cardiac original art.
Sweet.
We'll be dropping that on Thursday. We'll trickle in a battle of the artists maybe, or which one's more expensive. Those are like a sort of a theme thing that we like to do. I have the
idea about the things we don't like about YouTube.
Madam has something brewing that we'll put out there.
Fun.
Ooh, intriguing.
Yeah, we wing it. Like the video will be over, and we'll do a victory lap, and we'll rewatch it, and we'll be like, "That, yay! We'll high five. That was a good video." And then I'll get scared because I won't know what we're gonna do a week from then. And Stephanie's like, "Don't worry," because like 2 days in, I have a pile of stuff ready.
Well, yeah, something always comes up.
Yes, so
I'm like, "Don't worry, Instagram will feed you."
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So we just have fun. And Stephanie can always just sketch somebody or.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Coming up for me, we have Jean Malo on the 1011 this upcoming Tuesday. Then we have Lee from Whack Comics on In the Hot Seat on Thursday.
Oh.
Then we have, of course, the Thing Watch Party Friday night. And so that's my next week. And, of course, this Saturday you'll get another Savage Saturday comic review for the people who are faithful to that show. So thank you guys out there who watch that. I got about 40 faithful watchers, and that's good enough for me to keep doing it. So I think this will be episode 88. And but that's all I got coming up.
Awesome.
But I want to say thank you to Matt Woods for co-hosting. I want to thank you, Stephen and Stephanie, for coming on the show. You guys don't even have any idea. I had such a fun time with you guys tonight. Thank you so much. Having Matt here was the cherry on top, so I couldn't ask for a better night hanging out with better people. You guys are all fantastic. Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone that's in the comments. Thank you guys for coming out to support these awesome people. Everybody's links is in the comments below, in the description below. So please follow them, like them, give their IG, YouTubes, follows and likes, and just check them out, guys. They're all awesome people. And until next time, I just want to say keep it casual, and thank you all. Had a blast and a great time.
Bye.
Attention all, use channel sponsor Rogue Trader at theroguetraderutah.com and my code Keep It Casual for 10% off your comic cleaning and pressing needs. Remember, when submitting your books to be graded, use a trusted professional.